Shadowrun. Tonight, our dramatis persona include Exile. Can you give a quick physical description of your character and their role upon this team?
Exile is an elf of average height, which is above average for most humans. He has raven black hair and piercing green eyes. A facial scar on the right side of his face covered with a magical tattoo. He will be playing the face for the evening and is a follower of Raven.
Good to know. Tower, can you please give a quick physical description of your character and their role upon this team?
Tower is an above average human, but under averagely built. He has long brown hair, and he will be our resident technomancer for this run.
Good to know. Alibi, can you please give a quick physical description of your character and their role on this team?
Alibi is a slight Japanese man at present. He's wearing a business suit very well. He will probably be more of the backup to Exile, given he is able to disguise himself very well, but probably cannot outface an elf.
Oh, we don't know about that.
Find out.
And Hunter, can you please give a quick physical description of your character and their role upon this team?
Hunter is an average height elf. Unlike the other two faces, his charisma is abysmally low, and as such, his face has like extensive burn scarring. Wears an eye patch on his left eye, which he'll probably not gonna be wearing for this run. And he brings the magical spellcasting ability to the table, which hopefully might help in this run, or maybe not. I don't know.
Okay, you also need to fill out the basic questions macro, remember.
Okay, let me prop that on.
So, the legwork done by our runners so far include a bit of research on the Johnson. The Johnson is revealed to be Shannon Young, the Chief Internal Affairs Officer for TIEfire, a corporate consulting and development corporation based here in Seattle. The job posting that was posted up to the Shadowlands BBS was text, and it read fairly simply, "Hello. Have you heard of the tale of an old lady who ate a number of animals to sort everything out? Well, suffice to say, someone has sent in a hawk to catch a spider, and we need you to be the cats who catch the hawk. I have reason to believe that one or more operatives have infiltrated my corporation and are working on extracting someone or something. I require you to infiltrate my corporation, identify the operatives, and remove them. Please submit clean CVs and appear at the front desk of TIEfire tomorrow morning at 8 AM. You're here for the job interview." Now, you get this message about 2 PM. So you got, this evening, tonight, in order to prepare. And some of you, get your fixes to ask around. Some of you do some matrix searches. Anything particularly else that you're going to do? Anybody?
Looking up things like business etiquette, other things to immerse myself in.
Yes.
Also,
So, Exile, the first thing you get with business etiquette, and this is rather annoying to you, is that the majority of the people working here aren't going to be earning that much. They might be on like 25,000 new yen a year. If that.
oh dear.
Okay. There's a lot of paperwork, form filling and analysis done, and only a few really sort of high shot consultants. So if you start presenting yourself as a moneybags of any kind through actions, clothing, accessories, then you're not going to be well received by the general people. This might not matter, when you just roll up and like, "Hey, I'm XYZ, do something cool." But you quickly understand that if you're going to be working alongside these people, if it's an extended infiltration, then you really don't want to be generating negative vibes. What else would you like to figure out?
Who exactly is the CIO? What public information is available about her?
Yeah, so I said she was the internal. I need to actually write down her title.
The chief, basically internal affairs.
Internal control officer. And it's going to stay like that because I've written it down. Yes, so Shannon Young has been with, actually, how are you going to figure this out? Because this one's actually not free information. You're going to do a matrix search?
If it's not free information,
Well, no.
yeah, I'm going to do
I mean, the GM is not going to give it to you for free. You're going to have to work for it. So
Okay.
you do a matrix search or what?
Just going through my list of contacts.
Take a while, I'm sure you've got plenty.
I actually don't have very many high society contacts, ironically. I should probably make moves to fix that. But yeah, just sort of poke around on the matrix, see what I can turn up.
Cool. You mind rolling that? Yeah, so Shannon Young has been with TIE Fire for 12 years. She oversees internal security. She is responsible both for physical security, well, that is to say, externally facing security, and also things like IP security and worker security. Generally, she's the top dog when it comes to protecting whatever needs protecting at TIE Fire. She answers directly to the C-level executives. Yeah.
So
Outside of work, she enjoys horse riding, a rather expensive hobby in the sixth world. She has an apartment in downtown. She likes to walk to work on days she doesn't catch the bus. She is a green activist. Yeah.
So would a synergist business suit be out of place, or should I just stick to the tried and true wage slave uniform?
Well, yeah, a synergist business suit may go down okay at the meet. But given that it costs like a month's wages, you're not sure how well it'll work on the wage slaves.
Yeah.
Something like a Kong Walmart acid-proof run-of-the-mill, off-the-shelf suit is probably what most of the people who work in this corporation are going to be wearing.
Okay. So I'm going to have to make a purchase.
If you want to buy such a suit, it will count as armored clothing.
There's also action in your business clothes, which is what I was looking at.
Yeah, that'll be fine too. How much are those, by the way?
1,500 new yen. Availability 8. I have a tailor.
Yeah, cool. And what's the armor?
8. Capacity 8.
Yeah. No, it's a little like on the high end for what such wage slaves will wear, but it won't be out of place. A couple of people on the floor will be wearing them, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anybody else got any pre-run stuff they want to do?
Alibi will case the joint as is normal, trying to figure out what how people move through there. So I suppose
by case the joint, do you mean physically observe the corporate location?
Physically observe using a disguise, usually just walking by it. It's assuming, I mean, just as people report to work and leave work, see what kind of people live there.
Okay, so you're going to have to get to downtown relatively quickly. You live in Bellevue with a rating 5 sin, right?
Yeah, though for this, I go to the shrine in downtown pretty often, so it shouldn't be too big a deal for me to just use that persona to get close. So.
Yeah, no, it's less about that. Can you just throw a threshold 2 etiquette check for me, please?
All right.
Good to know. So, walking past the corporate location of TIFI, they are in South Downtown, which is to say, here is, like the middle of downtown, and sort of down out this way, heading towards the industrial areas. Actually, no, my bad. Actually, they'll be out this way towards Capitol Hill, away from like the central business district, but still pretty close. Yeah, so they are in a AA rated zone, and you notice a couple of things. It's a Tuesday evening, and there's lots of foot traffic in this area. Plenty of people milling about on sidewalks. Even though you can tell that everybody's wearing suits, there's a wide range of like suits that were picked up as a second-hand store and like soy flat suits printed out from a vending machine, all the way up to very expensive suits on people who walk between the door and their waiting car with driver. You see a number of drones flying around the air, lots of neon and AR. The rain is, reflecting this bright color, giving a bit of a haze to everything. As for people watching the corporate tower that TIFI is located in, you see that a couple of distinct waves of people wander out. They probably don't own or the entire tower, rather they might work on a couple of floors of the tower. The tower is maybe 80 stories tall, and there looks to be 3 or 4 corporations using it. 3 or 4 decent sized corporations anyway. There may be a few smaller ones that you can't exactly pick out. The tower itself has a couple of cameras installed at the corner and across the door. You can't see into the lobby through the tinted glass windows. And the entire building is set about 5 feet above street level on a concrete pad. There seems to be some kind of underground parking access around the back, but there's a 20-foot high chain link fence with a security gate that prevents easy access to the rear of the building. It's among many other corporate towers. Lots of steel, lots of glass, innovative designs, which just mean really stupid looking designs, and also very standard designs, which means boxy. You don't see many goblinized around here, but you see, higher than average number of dwarves. A couple of knight errant walking down the street, patrol cars every so often, but also plenty of private security. As you're just walking around, I'm assuming you're spending like 5 or 6 hours doing this casing, right?
Yeah, if I can, is there anything nearby that would give me some sort of an alibi to be walking by?
The ground floor of each of these corporate towers hosts a wealth of consumerist stores, coffee stores, bars, various bookstores, clothing stores, your general downtown ground floor walk-in off the street kind of store. Plenty of things for you to do. Plus, there's so many people around, like, you're bumping into people every couple of seconds, really. Yeah, so if you spend a couple of hours here, you notice 2 immediate things. The first is that the knight errant officers in this area are being less tolerant than they would normally be. They seem to be a little more inclined to the use of nightsticks for persuasion. And also, you see a spirit fight high in the air that draws a lot of people with trio cameras and lots of pointing and gawking.
Yeah, wow, that is That is rather more than I'd be expecting, just middle of a AA zone.
Well, none of this